this is my hypothetical video. If for some reason Game Freak made Smash Bros. And the roster were completely replaced by Pokemon. Just want to make a couple things clear though. Um, your favorite Pokemon might not be in this because, first of all, your favorite Pokemon might be Rayquaza, who is a snake, and or a fish, or a bug, or a quadruped in general. Their body types don't really fit most of the characters. Also, some characters are a bit of a stretch. A lot of zoners and sorties are pretty difficult to find a direct translation to because a lot of the Pokemon are built to look cool in like an anime battle for the show. Not many characters have giant cannons that they can use to zone characters out. But those who do most likely made it on the list. And I ordered this by characters I found trickiest to come up with Pokemon for, and then characters who I felt pretty solid about. So the first couple are going to be a little shaky, so you're going to have to hear me out. Um, and I didn't make it just so that it's like Rillaboom because a gorilla, so it's Donkey Kong. I tried matching the characters' personalities and models and everything as best as I could. So I had a lot of fun with this, but a little bit of a struggle with some characters. So you'll see. For example, the Lynx. The Lynx were probably the hardest out of the entire cast because not only do they have swords and shields, but they also have projectiles, which are three big things I said are tricky to come up with. I put Chestnut here because he has like access to bombs, like Link, and also has a shield and maybe the spikes and vines from being a grass type could be used for the sword. No idea. Toon Link is here. Um, I just said Surfetch because he has a sword and shield. Again, this is really tricky with these guys. Another sortie is up. Lucina Cabatops because sword. Sonic was a pain in the butt because I wanted to be faithful. Give him someone who's ridiculously fast, but at the same time, not many of these ridiculously fast characters can gotta be spherical as him all the time. Hisui and Electrode is ridiculously fast. I was going to go with Regieleki for this, but Regieleki served another purpose, as you'll see later. And for Sonic moves like up air and forward smash, just Hisui and Electrode specifically because he has access to vines, I'm pretty sure. So just give him that for the limbs. But Sonic's in a ball almost all the time, so it doesn't really matter. Pac-Man was really hard because Pac-Man summons ghosts, summons fruit, and summons a fire hydrant that shoots out water. And sometimes a trampoline. I said Delmise because Delmise has access to a lot of grass type moves and ghost type moves, and Anchor Shot is like a metallic watery thing, right? So pretend it's like a fire hydrant. I don't know, man. Again, the first few characters are just hear me outs. That's all they are. It gets better, I promise. Now, Galarian Farfetch'd is a little fella who doesn't actually fly with a gigantic leak for a sword. And maybe he gets mad or something, and when Sephiroth gets wing, he can just get another jump because he remembers he's a bird. Yeah, it's weird. Not many Pokemon have comeback mechanics, despite what Nintendo and Sakurai wants you to think. Lucario doesn't really have that kind of aura abilities. Not like that, at least. Cloud, another sword fighter. I said Baxcalibur because all Cloud does is back air anyways. So just put the sword on his back. Also, look at that animation. We love it. Another sword fighter, except this one has stance changes. Yeah, you're probably confused as well. Rotom the Ghost Rotom, base Rotom. Just make all of their electrical bolt tail things like the sword hitbox, right? Make it huge and extend really far. Rotom Fan can be Rotom Jump. Sorry, not Rotom Jump. Jump Monado. Rotom Freeze becomes, I don't know, Monado arts for Smash, because Ice is super effective on a lot of types, but horrible on defense. Rotom Heat can be, I don't know, Buster Monado. Rotom Mow becomes Speed Monado. And Rotom Wash becomes Shield Monado because that's just a good defensive type. I don't know. Yeah. It gets better. It will. Like this. This is fine, right? Genesect has access to a lot of different drives that give him different elemental properties, and Mega Man has a lot of elemental properties, like his up air being a wind type move, down B being grass type move. You know, I can see like the different drives being used in different ways for Genesect. And, you know, Giant Cannon. Perfect. Another Swordy who shapeshifts into a dragon sometimes. Corrin was tough. Because right when you think you find a match for her, it's like, how do you make that character use Pin without looking absolutely weird? But Zygarde, being a ground dragon type, has a lot of like Pin type moves, like 1,000 Arrows or whatever it's called. I can see him like getting a cool, unique, pretty based animation potentially for Pin. So this one I'm not too disappointed in, but it is weird giving Corrin, the protector of the earth and nature and balance and stuff like that. So, for as fast as Cinderace is, being paired up with a very slow character like Wii Fit Trainer seems strange, but hear me out. Cinderace has access to a move called Fire Pledge, which, if you think about it, it's kind of like saluting the sun, right? Also, he kicks around a little fiery ember ball all the time. Just make him do a Ronaldo kick for it and use it as Wii Fit's header. And then make it a really cool trick shot move. That'd be kind of faithful. Except she's so slow and he's not. So just tone down his speed, I guess. Believe it or not, there's not many Pokemon for running around and jumping a lot. Like there's Spoink, but doesn't feel right. At least Ledian has, you know, the kind of build going on for it. And it looks like it could be taken off to doing double jump, up air, platform combos. Stuff like that. I don't know. And following that train of the Mario Bros being weird, Luigi, I don't know, make his Abomasnow's grab be a vine tether grab or something like that. Honestly, I forgot to put Luigi in this at all. And then remembered, oh yeah. And then I thought about his down B and remembered that Abomasnow has that for his assist, Pokemon assist thingy since whatever game they put him in Smash for. And he just spins around, does Blizzard. So yeah, that's honestly my train of thought right there. That's it. I wanted to include Cramorant because I love Cramorant so very much. I always have since he first came out. And he seems like he could be a viable solution for a zoner heavy character like Villager, because Cramorant always has like a different projectile or creature in its mouth. In Pokemon Unite, he shoots out little water bubbles, so you can maybe use that for his forward air. Then his side B is like the Barracuda. I forget which one he's eating. And then make the tree. Make him plant the Pikachu. Now we're talking. I don't like Lucas, so I wanted to make him an ugly character I don't like in Pokemon. This is Monkey Dory, for anyone who doesn't know, because he's a new Pokemon. Um, I hope this makes the Lucas players mad. I hope this makes me happy because it does. This is personal bias coming in again. I want Dracovish to replace Ganondorf because, you know, let's look at the comparisons. Neither one of them can move very well, and they're both abominations for different reasons. Dracovish is an abomination to look at, and Ganondorf is an abomination of his character. So just make all the sword moves giant crunching bite moves. Make my day. I would love for my favorite Smash character to become my favorite Pokemon character. And then my other favorite Smash character becomes God. Um, a lot of Mr. Game Watch's animations are ambiguous. It's hard to tell what he's doing. And I think that the best way to represent that is by giving him like the unknown. But you can't just make him a pile of unknowns, which is just the alphabet. If you don't know, the unknown Pokemon are the eyeballs right there in the picture. They're based on the alphabet. I think that since Arceus is the controller of the unknown, just make Game Watch himself Arceus, a little tiny god horse. And then like the little things he summons for all of his animations, like Nair and back air and stuff like that, are different unknown. Look, man, I don't know. I just want him to be hilarious as always. So, also, I want to make Sora players mad again. So here you go, keychain. Because what else would it be? Now we're on to the serious things. These ones I actually feel pretty proud of. DK, Mega Swampert. I forgot to mention earlier if a Mega or Gigantamax or whatever version form fits better for the Pokemon or the Smash character, better matches the model or whatever I'm trying to match it to, I'll go with that instead. And Mega Swamperts does it better than anyone's. Giant, huge, strong arms and tiny little legs. Perfect. Here is that arm cannon stuff I was talking about. Armor Rouge does it perfectly. Samus was a hard character to come up with because she's a floaty but pretty heavy, and she can also shrink into a ball. Armor Rouge kind of can do all that because he's a ghost type. He can just morph down into a ball. I don't know, man. Arm cannon, perfect. That's all we needed. Yoshi's Delibird. Instead of turning you into eggs and throwing eggs, just make it so that he puts you in the tail, sack, whatever it is, and you come out as a present, and he throws presents instead. That could work, right? What do I really need to say here, The furry bait characters, just make it Weavile. Easy. Psychic creeps, except the yo-yo now becomes whatever Hypno has, whatever that hypnosis thing is. I don't know what it's called. This is just the epitome of... Is that the right word? This is just the definition of a Smash character translated to a Pokemon or vice versa. They both are fiery birds who run really fast and fight. Not much to it. Just replace Toad with Combee and make Peach Vespiquen, and that's it. That's all you really need. It's perfect. This one's tough. I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted to do. Bowser being Mega Aggron? Sure, kind of fits, but I don't see Mega Aggron breathing fire like Bowser does. Maybe he uses Metal Sound? I don't know. Primal Groudon, though. That makes sense to me. It's just the up B at a shield that would be weird for me. But who cares? It's Primal Groudon. I want to say Primal Groudon, but I wanted to make it clear that I couldn't tell between the two of them. I was going to think Blastoise as well, but Blastoise he doesn't feel as fast as Bowser does, Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. Who should have been Bowser? And I hope nobody says Turtonator, because Turtonator is ugly. Make the little babies the hammers and make them swing around the babies. Yep. This is mostly because people like Rovile. I didn't grow up in this game. My first game was Sword and Shield because I just never played Pokemon as a kid. Um, this is like Grovyle was a lot of false swipers, a lot of people's false swiper on their team, so that they could catch Pokemon. And it would be funny to see that on Sheik because a common theme for her is not being able to take stocks until really late percents. I know that's been optimized now. People can take stocks really early now with Sheik and stuff like that, but that stereotype will always be there. Um, Zelda is weird because now we're on the psychic train again. I say Calyrex because mostly because I wanted to make that picture right there with the horse. I'll be so honest. Spectrier with the Phantom helmet sounded funny to me. There you go. Make Calyrex the little psychic princess girl. Also, why does he kind of have Triforces on him? Isn't that weird? Whatever. Krogunk, Dr. Mario, because they kind of have a similar body type of being a short little humanoid figure. And I can imagine constant use of pills in battle on your opponent was pretty toxic. You know, probably does bad for them. So Krogunk's poison effect would probably achieve the same thing. Flacco and Low Kicks, because Low Kicks jumps really high because he's a grasshopper, locust, cricket. And he looks pretty cool, let's be honest. I like him a lot. I do not like Falco, so this is a huge upgrade. Young Link seemed kind of easier because I wanted to give him a Alolan Marowak because Alolan Marowak has moves like Bone Meringue, kind of like Boomerang, and the Rock Head can kind of be used as a shield, right? At least that's how I interpret it. I don't know. Flaming Arrows as well. I don't know. I felt a little better about this one. Didn't want to include it at the very beginning. Pit, Decidueye. Need I say more? Make him the edgy skin for Dark Pit. Hisuian version. There we go. Roy, Ceruledge. Because Roy players are already edgy enough, just make him have a ghost type Pokemon. You're welcome. Meta Knight, Kartana. Kartana, if you don't know, is an Ultra Beast, interdimensional alien who is like 0.3 inches tall and weighs as much as a blade of grass because that's what he is. He's a blade of grass who's like origamied way up and he can cut everything and anything. Anyways, 2 interdimensional space fighters. There we go. They're both small. Again, whips here are usually found in the grass type Pokemon. So 2 characters at the bottom were my original draft, but I went with Sarina because I don't know. Looking at her moveset, it just felt like you could do better. It could be better than the other 2 that I had down there. So, also I like the idea of U-turn being used as a flip kick because it kind of U-turns the situation around when you're off stage and someone edge guards you. Okay, this one is my biggest. You gotta trust me, okay? You gotta trust me. Wario and Meowth. You're probably thinking, what? Why? What animations would Meowth have? Wario is like the perfect body type for a Pokemon. But then he's got moves like the Bike and Waft and Chomp, which are like really hard to replicate. But you think about it more, and Meowth is like everything that Wario stands for. They're both greedy, opposite versions of the hero. Meowth is the opposite to Pikachu. Wario is the opposite to Mario. And they both love money. So here's what I crafted. Motorcycle would be the Meowth balloon blimp from Team Rocket. Chomp would be pulling out Galarian Meowth, where he chomps on the opponent, and even though you're like healing, just make him chew on leftovers as he is chewing on the opponent. I don't know, heals up over time while his buddy helps out, and then he tosses him to the side. And then the Waft is just Gigantamaxing real quick before going back into normal form. It covers the same wave tall vertical hitbox that Waft does, right? I don't know. I had fun with this one. Again, another situation is Wii Fit Trainer. Meowscarada is very fast, but she has so many good bomb type moves. And you can say that Swift, a move that never misses, can be kind of like Nikita because it feels like it always hits the opponent off stage. And a lot of flower trick type moves, like, using that at ledge as up smash or seed bomb as nade. I don't know. I just think that Meowscarada is like the Pokemon. I really want to say Blacephalon, who is a clown that uses his head as a bomb, but Meowscarada just fits it so much better. Ike is Cleavor. Yup, that's it. Grookey and Diddy Kong. Grookey actually has a perfect moveset. Grassy Glide can be the up B. Tackle, I believe it was, or whatever the level 5 move is where you just pounce on the opponent. Can be side B. Worry Seed can maybe be Banana because there's no like tripping move, and maybe Insomnia, the second effect of Worry Seed. That gives your opponent, maybe that just trips instead of preventing them from sleeping. I don't know. Now, I didn't want to use Tinkaton for King Dedede because her tiny little hurt box and his gigantic hurt box, but just, come on, this is perfect. Just make all of her hair part of her body and make it stand up a little more. This is perfect. Okay, can you tell what Pokemon this is supposed to be for? I'm sorry, what character this is supposed to be for? Which Smash Fighter? You can't see it. This is an accurate portrayal of their size. I'm going to raise them up a little bigger now. Regigigas for Olimar. Olimar, when standing next to Regigigas, is practically invisible because Olimar is less than an inch tall, and Regigigas is almost 13 feet tall. I think it'd be funny if we shrink him down and replace each Pikmin with a different Reggie. Again, Regieleki would have been perfect for Sonic, but this is even more perfect for Olimar. Because Olimar would have been the hardest Pokemon to come up with, if not for Reggie. So thank you, Reggie. Bronzong for Rob. Rob is just 2 limbs. That's really it. Bronzong is also 2 limbs. And then Bronzor, down there at the bottom middle, is little Gyro baby. Because he evolves from Bronzor to Bronzong. So, perfect. Next is Wolf. Just a cool character in Smash, so you got to do him justice, give him a cool Pokemon as well. So, both Zor works. They got the right body type and everything. Claws. Yep. Honestly, this whole video idea came from Rosalina and Luma and Mega Kangaskhan. I think it'd be really funny if the baby just comes out and starts scrapping. Also, Kangaskhan, the kaiju kangaroo rock thing, being as floaty as Rosalina sounds really funny to me. I'd love to see that. Yep. Palutena, let's admit, she's a cool character. Let's give her a cool Pokemon. Look at that. It's pretty much perfect. Psychic powers as well for the Neutral B and Side B. And Teleport. It works out so wonderfully. Mage. That's all this is. Just 2 mages. The spells work out perfectly. The wand can be used as the Levin sword, and then maybe the fire goes out or something like that. I don't know if that is a thing for Delphox or not, but yeah, 1-to-1, perfect. The genies for the Bowser Juniors, even though Bowser Jr. is not in this picture. And then maybe make their shiny version the other 4 alts. I don't know. This one worked out really well because Bowser Jr. is a mischievous little prankster, and Thundurus learns the hidden ability prankster, so... Or is it hidden ability or is it just ability? I don't know. And then maybe they throw a little element down on the ground as like Mecha Koopa. Don't ask me how the up B would work. Maybe they turn into their Therian form. Right? Therian. I started playing in Gen 8, so. Speaking of Gen 8, Appleton and Flapple for Duck Hunt duo would be hilarious. And little Applin can be the can that they shoot around. I love this. I would want this so bad. I couldn't care less for Ryu and Ken, so you get Sock and Throw. Enjoy. Bayonetta was tough because she uses her clothes to attack, which is her hair, because that's what witches do. Grimmsnarl does that too, because he's also technically a witch. But I like Frostlass's vibes better for Bayonetta, especially since she looks like she could do like icy versions of, because she's Ice Ghost. Like I think that'd be really cool particle effects for Bayonetta combos that look even flashier with her. But Grimmsnarl is probably a better fit, but I like Frostlass better. Hear me out. Toxicity is poison electric. They play a lot of music, and so does Inkling in their games, but there's not really a representation of that in Smash. So Splattershot would just be poison, just poison moves where they leave poison around, and then like acid spray or something like that. And then instead of roller, you could get paralyzed for them to follow up on. Yeah, it's tough. But their running animation to keep low to the ground, like Inkling's model, could use kind of like their Gigantamax version down there. Just remove the giant cell phone tower on top. At first, Ridley what is going to be like, I don't know, High Dragon or something like that. But Ridley is like the most brutal video game character ever with how ruthless he is. And if you think about it, Miraidon and Koraidon are also kind of good at that because they're like the only Pokemon that I'm aware of in the game who have canonically murdered someone's parents. And Ridley's canonically murdered Samus's parents. And look at that. There's even a dragon form that's mechanical. Kind of works out. And they both have the ability to fly, and they are motorcycles as well. So their side B animation would just be them like driving along the stage with you. I don't know, really would be a lot cooler if he was like these two. I love Koraidon. This would be kind of ironic because the Belmont's going around slaying ghosts and demons and stuff like that, and then turning him into one. Oh well. Holy Fire could be Will-O-Wisp or something like that. And he's got a lot of whip moves being a grass type. So, also Trevenant, so cool. We love Trevenant here. I had a lot of fun with this one. K-Rool is a very well animated character, so you have to give him someone who's well animated as well. Skeledirge, having the ability to use projectiles like his bird and stuff like that as the crown, and to maybe help him up B as well, fly back to stage. I think that'd be really cute. I would love to see something like that at some point, but this is all hypothetical. I love Skeledirge's design. He's not my favorite starter than that gen, though. I love water types too much. Isabelle, Ogerpon, two cutie pies who have broken hammer moves. I know Isabelle's is nerfed now, but still. I think that they have a really solid body type, and Ogerpon has a lot of good supportive moves and offensive moves, and you can make her moveset work for just about anyone, which is good because Isabelle is one of the characters I struggled with until I saw Ogerpon. Isabelle was originally going to be Volcarona, so yup. Okay, hear me out. One is a thief and one is a spy, but they both relatively have the same core identity of being sneaky get in, sneaky get out. Thin hitbox, projectile. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but his finger guns are actual guns. The tail can be the knife, I suppose. He's got a lot of gadgets. He's based on James Bond, so yeah. Maybe make his Arsene his Gigantamax form, where a shadow version of his Gigantamax form is just following him, where he's just sitting in the sniper tower. I have no idea. Okay, so trust me, this is perfect, okay? The shell on Slowbro's arm can be used as a shield, maybe, as a sword, maybe, and to shoot projectiles as well, okay? Great, perfect. We covered all three bases. However, Slowbro also learns the move Metronome, which, if you don't know, is random. It chooses any random Pokemon move out of the thousands there are and uses it, which is exactly what Menu is for Hero. Bird who lays eggs. Great. Fighting, fire. Great. In the anime, he supposedly has the ability to make a comeback when he's losing because his hair will turn blue. And then I guess he gets Go Meter then, huh? Great. Thank you, Infernape. This is Zarude. He has Tarzan, Spider-Man like abilities with the vines that are around his wrists. He can use that for his up B and as several disjoints as well. Yeah. He also has access to big, strong, heavy hitting grass type moves. So we make that his down B or her down B. I don't know. Byleth has so many swords that it's really hard because finding one sword Pokemon is hard enough, but so grass types are really helpful in this case because vines are also disjoints, as we learned from Ivysaur and Smash. Oh, sorry about that. Min Min, Breloom, the only Pokemon on the roster that I can think of with extendable arms. However, he's in a bit of controversy right now, so maybe he won't make it into the next game. Unfortunate. Free Breloom. Let's turn Mr. Mime to Mr. Mime. The only Pokemon in the series who's capable of making walls. Yeah, also because I want him to be the Detective Pikachu version because he's ugly. And hopefully people play him less once he's hideous. That's about it. There's really no other Pokemon that makes walls. So now the walls are invisible. Great. I'm really proud of this one. If you use Buzzwole and Formosa, you get to keep their strong pectoral muscles, first of all, and you get to keep their color scheme. So Pyra fans won't even notice the difference. Mithra fans might, not sure. Also, I love these two. I'm such a Buzzwole fan. Please, Sakurai, make it happen. So, this is perfect. May not look it, but this is perfect. On the right, I just chose this form of Urshifu just to show that I want it to specifically be single strike. If you don't know, Urshifu is the Power Creep DLC character that they added into Fighters Pass 2. Pokemon Sword and Shield, where it hits you with a single strike move, kind of like Electric Wind Godfist, and it does a lot of damage. Yep. He's also a dark type, kind of like how Kazuya is the devil, part devil, I guess. However, another thing that Urshifu stands out in the fact, another similarity that I have is the fact that you cannot shield versus Urshifu because, again, this is a power creep character. If you shield use the move Protect in Pokemon, he goes through it. This Pokemon's moves go through Protect. Kind of like how Electric Wind Godfist doesn't care about shields. Fun. We love power creep. You're probably thinking, okay, that's all the characters. Wrong. There's still more roster I want to cover. But first, listen to your favorite bug-type Pokemon. Best line ever in the game, by the way. Like, comment, and subscribe. Or else Kramer will watch you and wait for it to happen. Moving on. Pikachu. Let's replace him with Raichu. He's had his fun. It's about time Big Brother takes over. Jigglypuff is now Gengar, Ball, Floaty, and yes, Gengar does in fact sing. He learns the move Perish Song. Make Pichu every Pikachu clone ever? Yup. Sceptile has a tail like Mewtwo. Give that thing a hurt box and it's perfect. Pokemon Trainer? Low-key stumped me for a while. I was pondering this for a while. I was always going to make it the Gen 1 fossil Pokemon, but I decided to have a more fun with it and make it Cynthia, everyone's favorite champion. Make a Roserade Squirtle, Spiritomb, make that one Ivysaur, and then bring our goat Garchomp in. Why hasn't this happened yet? Why isn't Garchomp in Smash? Please. Yeah. Furries. Water type starter. I also love Quaquaval. So I want him in Smash instead of Greninja. I'm kidding. Greninja's a beloved Pokemon. He's a lot of fun, but there's not many physical attacking water type Pokemon in general. And I know I don't have to keep it faithful. I know it could be any Pokemon, not just the water type ones. But I already had the 2 other Gen 9 starters in here, so I kind of had to do my boy right. My favorite Gen 9 starter. I love ducks. And last but not least, our goat Incineroar. Make him Halucha. Look at them. Just 2 wrestlers living their life. Their best life.